Pommel horse was a little better than last weekend. Nowhere near what we did out in Arizona, nowhere near what we're capable of doing. That was kind of the theme of tonight. We walked away with the win. It was kind of a battle of who wanted it the least. It was not a pretty day. A few high points, but a lot more low points, unfortunately. And Pommel horse was okay. Brandon stayed on, but he's a national champion, and he's capable of so much more, like most of our team is today. So.
You guys led virtually the entire way. Did you feel a sense of comfort with your team? Was there a point at all where you thought that maybe Penn State don't close the deficit?
Yeah, I think at any given moment when you're more focused on Penn State's, we're never focused on the other team. We're more focused on what we're doing, and what we were doing was not pretty, and so it's kind of hard to watch both teams. And so at any moment, I thought that Penn State could have absolutely kind of soared past us. It was only after I watched our performance and then saw that we were still winning that I knew Penn State was also not having a very good meet at all. And so, at any given moment, I thought they could have taken us, but they had a rough meet too.
With the lower scores, what do you say to your guys to try and get them inspired for their routine?
Well, this is a weird year. We started off first two meets, great hit percentage, huge amount of sticks, and that was fantastic. And now kind of took a dip last weekend, and then we took another dive this weekend. And so it's actually, I hope the kind of the bitterness sits in a little bit heavy because we've got 3 straight weeks of training now. We've got Winter Cup where only 4 of our guys are heading out to this Winter Nationals event. A couple guys trying to make the national team, but we don't have another team.
What 4 guys? Sorry.
Alex Diab, Joey Peters, Johnny Jacobson, and Brandon Nye. Have qualified to, so the USA Winter Cup Nationals. But our team doesn't compete for almost 4 weeks. So this is going to be hopefully these guys come back into the gym. We have practice Sunday with some fire, and they're a little upset because this is not a performance that's going to come close to winning a Big Ten championship. Since that is the end goal here. We're hosting it State Farm Center in Champaign, and this would have placed like 5th place. So this is not where we should have been. You could say it's early in the year, but we competed twice better than this, our season opener. So not very happy coach right now. I don't think the team's very happy either. We got a lot of work to do, a lot of finesse, and figure out how to compete better.
So with the weeks ahead, is there any way you're going to approach your training differently? Do you kind of stick to the same routine?
You don't want to shift things up too much. A lot of this sport's about consistency. And so, our approach is some of the mistakes could be attributed to adding in some difficulty, some upgrades, which we need to do if we want to compete with the best teams like Ohio State at the end of the year. But these are still routines they should be hitting. And so, honestly, it's just kind of plugging away. We'll try to shake them up a little bit with, we call them dice sets. It's just kind of changing the atmosphere, changing the environment, changing their rest time, changing the energy in the gym right before their routine, stuff like that, just to kind of get them ready to the difference that pressure can make in a competition setting. And so we'll play with that a little bit since we have some time, because kind of honestly 3 to 4 weeks of training straight can get a little boring in the gym, especially in the middle of a season. So.
All right, you can ask your questions. What do you take from this meet going forward?
We're not as consistent as I thought, I guess. Yes, we're throwing some upgrades in, but we should be hitting way better than this. I didn't do the percentages yet, but we're probably something like 50%, maybe low 60s. We hit first 2 meets of the year, we're like 80s. Mid-80s. That's where we should have been, and we were supposed to be moving forward. And I don't know if it's the messaging and now it's just pressure to hit, but regardless of what it is, we need to iron it out and figure out what it takes for you to hit your routine on command, because that's what it's going to take. We start on high bar, which is a huge high-risk, high-reward event for us. Honestly, if we start the way we've been finishing, we could cruise through great Big Tens, but we haven't been starting well, and that's going to be our starting event, and so that's going to be a game changer. At State Farm, we have to be able to hit on command every time. We're not doing that. So,
what did you